Welcome, everybody, to episode 211 of the Sports Drive. It's Thursday, March 28, 2019. I am the Gluey Hump, Josh Lopez. Welcome to the program, everybody. Please do us a favor right now. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel right now to get every edition of the Sports Drive. Or the Drive of Sports, as Wilkie Matt Hardy would say.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, PBS is a lost cause. Subscribe to us.
This is a non-politically correct sports talk show, so if you're easily offended, the show is not for you. And always remember, this show is live every single Thursdays from 10 to noon Central, 11 to 1 on the East Coast. If you live anywhere else, you know the drill. Figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
And especially for Ted William Marks out there in the world. On the docket today, it is the start of Major League Baseball. That's right. It's opening day. I'll run down the games that we have slated for you on this current day. On Thursday, as you're listening to this right now, we'll talk a little baseball, talk some football as we have the NFL owners meeting. Yeah, we had the NFL league meetings in Arizona this week, so we'll talk about that. Of course, we'll have the Skippy Bayless Bash Shower. At the top of the hour, as always. Brownie, I know it's one of your favorites. So, of course, we have our shenanigans with Sean, if he joins us today. That's always an interesting case of delusional nonsense that we have to deal with. But we live through it. We're big boys. We can.
Unfortunately, we live through it, yes.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Before we get into our opening rants this week, let's get into an introduction, shall we? First off, we have a man from Blue Bumblebee, Kentucky. This young man loves his Meek Mill headphones, his Offset headphones. By the way, Frank, there's a rapper called Offset. Think about that, how silly that sounds.
You know what? I've heard of him, but I don't know much about him. Let's just say I've heard the name.
Offset, mamma mia.
That's the Pia.
Anyway, this young man loves messing with wrestlers at PTW shows.
Yep.
See him in the front row. Here he is, the Brownie Master and the Bowling Master. Don't forget, the one and only Andrew Browning.
What's going on, guys? Shout out to my boy Chucky to the Mr. Soldierness of the Hall of Famer.
What up, Chucky Cheese? Move! Hey, by the way, Brownie, I got to ask you a question. Have you ever interfered in a PTW match?
No, not really, but...
Are you going to one day?
No, you get kicked out if you did.
I got to tell you, I had a friend of a friend who went to an ECW event back in the late 90s, and he saw a guy actually knock one of the – I don't remember which match it was or one of the wrestlers, but he saw some – but they were in the crowd, and he saw one of he saw this one guy knock down one, sucker punch one of the wrestlers. He got thrown out and was actually arrested.
Dang.
Yeah, really.
Is there don't be surprised to see Browning grab a steel chair and try to whack Donnie Green if he makes a comeback. get the Hell in the Cell match, or even worse, Kennel from Hell.
What?
Hell, is that what they call it in Kentucky?
No, that's what you know. Wrestling fans, they think nothing bad ever happened in the Attitude Era, right? How about Kennel from Hell? Al Snow and it was Big Show and Big Boss Man.
Right, I recall that. I was just thinking when you mentioned Al Snow, I was just thinking about Head.
Oh God, Head.
Yeah, you guys recall the Al Snow's entrance music?
Yeah, I remember a lot of music, especially the oddities.
Great era, dude. Great era.
You know, Brownie, you could have played the South Park role in there. You could have been Cartman.
Oh, dear.
Insane in the membrane. All right, introducing next from Blue Bumblebee, Indiana. Right now, he's handling some business. That's why he's not on camera. Bless you with his charm and all that stuff.
Oh, nice. Thank you, dude.
This young man is a Chicago Cubs fan, Bears fan, Blackhawks fan, and Bulls fan. And don't forget, this young man is going to be heading on towards him because we'll have the 2020 elections coming up soon. So this guy's going to get the Lex Luger Express ready and go on the campaign trail. Here he is, the big bag of wind himself, Gale Force Twin, Frank Sprankle.
You know what, something cool? I just thought something. You know what? First of all, I said this back in 2016 that elect me and there'll be Extreme Wrestling, the White House. I will make that campaign promise. There will be Extreme Wrestling. Now, I want to say this. I get elected president of these great United States in 2020 or some over 4 years. Yeah. There's going to be jobs for all of you if you want. I think for you, Gluey Hump, I'm going to make you. I probably make you my chief of staff. You're that organized and that structured, so you probably be my chief of staff or some sort of advisor position. All right. But I got the perfect drop. I got the perfect drop for Brownie B. You know what that job is? He'll be the White House press secretary because think about this. Yeah, Brownie would be perfect. Look, don't you think Brownie would be perfect for the White House press secretary job?
Think about it. He could. Let's say there's a bad press member that doesn't deserve to be there.
Exactly. Go on.
Hold on, Frank. The press member is gonna be like, "Hey, where can I sign in?" And Brownie can just say, "And then." And Everson could leave.
No. Here's something. Like if some of the reporters say, Mr. Brownie, the president said today that he is going to allow that he's going to do something cool. He said in his campaign. What does that mean by cool? And then he said, and then if that reporter, but hold on. If that reporter keeps getting on the case of you, Brownie, all you got to say is, well, you just made the list.
I miss hearing that.
Brownie, you're going to be my press secretary. Definitely.
All right. I got a quick question, though. What position will Sean have?
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Sean will have a job. He's probably some sort of historian job. He's that intelligent where he knows a lot about history. Probably maybe some advisor position.
I got another position for Brownie. Brownie can teach the kids how to bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That'd be cool.
All right, let's do some opening rants, shall we?
And then.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Frank?
Yeah, bring it, Jabroni. Come on, man.
We're going to start off with Brownie today, actually. So, Brownie, you haven't done a rant in a while. Go ahead. What's on your mind? It could be about anything.
I really don't have anything going on. It's just I got prime time wrestling this Sunday, of course. And,
wrestling.
But April 14th, the DVD taping, the internet pay-per-view DVD tape is up put at it. So I'm looking forward to that in April. And WrestleMania coming up to TakeOver.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to TakeOver.
Any Nimrods bothering you? Anything sports-wise that bothering you?
No, not right now. No.
No. How you feel about the Lakers missing the playoffs this year? I know you. I know you go to whatever team LeBron goes. I know the drill here.
Well, they had a rough season, but LeBron's still LeBron. He's a good player and everything, but they had a rough season. But you know,
that's how I would describe LeBron. Like, he's a good player. He's not a great player. I know that's going to get Justin Hill tight in his panties, and his nipples are going to be upset because I said that LeBron's not the greatest basketball player of all time. It's okay. Calm your tits.
We know that, dude. There was a survey done recently between Jordan and LeBron, who's the greatest, and Jordan won easily.
You know, that argument died when he lost the NBA Finals to the Mavericks in 2011. Think about it. He spent all that offseason saying that first season with the Heat. Oh, this could be the new dynasty. He lost to the old ass Mavericks and the Spurs in the finals.
They were 2-4. They won 2-4 in NBA Finals. How is that a dynasty?
I don't know. Some people are.
That's not a dynasty.
I need to find that clip of Stephen A. Smith saying, "We got a problem." The one I aired it at the beginning of the show last week. It was hilarious. All right, Frank, you're up next. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I know I ran negatively on modern technology, but modern technology to me is confusing. Look, listen, I know I'm not a smart guy. I mean, you guys know I'm not a smart guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, but I believe I am right on this. We depend too much on modern technology. We depend too much on apps. And I'm trying to get paid for a job I did, and I have to go through Venmo, and I'm confused how to use it. It just and you know what? You hear about you got to use your phone for this app and that app. Look, I'm not saying I have the mindset of the Unabomber and want to blow up people that are technology. Trust me, I'm not like that. I'm not as smart as the Unabomber. That guy was, man. But my point is, though, we depend on technology too much that it's getting out of control. We depend on our phones too much. We're in our phones. We're on social media. I got to say this. Our society is going to shreds, if you ask me. And it's worrisome. I mean, pretty soon technology is going to destroy the world as we know it. Is it?
I don't know.
It probably will.
Probably.
That's who. Hey, dude, then we could all live in my luxury bomb shelter.
Oh, Lord.
Dude, I actually looked that up. Luxury bomb shelters. Yeah. I wouldn't mind just living there, period.
Right. All right. You guys want to hear my opening rant?
Bring it, Jabroni. Bring it.
Which one should I do? Should I do a life one first or sports?
Sports. Your life. Do sports one, Dad. Your life ones are awesome, too, but sports first, life. Save the best for last, dude.
Yeah, last week I talked about girls, so I know some got upset with some of the things I said, but hey,
that's
man,
a Motley Crue
the
song.
truth hurts. The truth hurts.
That's a good Motley Crue song, though.
Yeah. Did you watch their Did you watch their documentary on Netflix?
I don't know who you're talking to. I don't have Netflix.
Frank.
I don't have Netflix.
You didn't watch it? Yeah,
How could I? I don't have Netflix.
Yeah, they did a biopic on Motley Crue on Netflix.
Oh, dude, look, if I want to see a documentary on Motley Crue, I can just go on YouTube or Google Motley Crue and click on videos. I'm sure there's a documentary. It's already been done probably by many people.
All right, here we go. Let's start with sports really quick.
Oh yeah.
I have a couple things like I wanted to mention really quick that not that they bother me. I just find it interesting. First off, the thing in NBA playoffs and like seeding with like how they reposition their draft lottery and this and that. How in the blue fuck do the Lakers have a good shot at the number one pick when they're not making the playoffs? They don't have the record the Bulls have. They don't have the record the Cavs have. They don't have even the record the Knicks have. Like, I said this last week, and I hate using this word. You guys know me for almost 4 years how much I hate this word. If Zion Williamson gets drafted by the Lakers and the Lakers win the lottery, I'm stop watching the NBA. I do not care that the NBA is bringing the All-Star game here next year. I do not care. I will not watch it. I will not go to that weekend. As much as a big part of it is for the city, no shot. No shot in hell I'm watching that. Because it's corporate bullshit. You're basically saying, okay, we want to put more stock in our ratings in the NBA Finals than actually having a championship series that's supposed to be the best versus the best. And you just gonna say, oh, we're gonna get Zion Williamson to the Lakers because the Lakers could sign him like a free agency, so that's how they'll get in the finals and beat Golden State. I think that's ridiculous. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about sports wise. Secondly, I saw this to the guys yesterday in the chat room. I want to make my case as to why the White Sox have a brighter future than the Cubs right now. Honestly, just overseeing what's been going on with the teams over the last couple of months, I think the Cubs are in a really strange spot right now because
I agree.
Their fan base can't decide whether they're excited for the season or they think they're going to be missing the playoffs. I don't know which side of the fence you guys are on at this point. I really don't. I heard Cap today saying, it's World Series or bust, and that's probably the case for people who are having high expectations or whatever, but it's one thing or another. One thing, we want to reset the culture. The second, we want to be more serious and be more hungry than we were the last 2 seasons. The next is, we can't decide whether we want to fire Joe Madden or not. I think there's mixed messaging going on with the Cubs, to be honest with you, just from my opinion. And that's not a good recipe for success. I know the division got better this year, and we'll see how that goes. Today is opening day of baseball. The Cubs are starting in Texas. I think the series, right, Frank?
You're right. You're right. It's interesting, Chloe Hump, because the Cubs and White Sox are in Kansas City. They literally play at the same time.
Right.
3 o'clock Central.
Yep. We have the debut of Eloy Jimenez.
I'm looking forward to that. I am. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, man, I can't wait, man.
I can't wait either.
This is the most excited I've been for the White Sox in the last 5 years.
Yeah, and I want to say this about White Sox fans. Listen, I think Eloy Jimenez is going to be a good ball player, but if he goes, let's say, 1 for 4 or 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts, relax. He needs time to develop. He's going to be a great major leaguer, I believe, over the next couple of years, but he needs time to learn his new surroundings. Don't you think Eloy Jimenez is as nervous as you-know-what today?
Yeah. I'll just say this, though. I'm over the Sox fans whining and moaning about not getting Manny Machado. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Baseball players are not worth $300 million, and I talked about it last week.
You're right.
And I talked about it last week when Mike Trout gave $430. That's ridiculous, man.
Oh, by the way, you know what I bought yesterday?
What?
I bought MLB The Show 19.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got it for PlayStation. It's got Bryce Harper, who's making $330 million in his Phillies uniform on the cover, and I
gotta get it too.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Well, I haven't downloaded it yet, Glory Hump. I think it's got the one game. I gotta say this: whenever I play MLB The Show for the first time, every year it comes out, there's one game I play to kick off my new edition of MLB The Show, and it's always Cubs, White Sox, and Wrigley.
Oh, really?
I always do. I always got to play Cubs, White Sox, and I always got to play Cubs, White Sox, and Wrigley for my first MLB The Show game.
We got to go to Cubs and White Sox at Wrigley Field this year. I seen the Cubs and White Sox at U.S. Center Field with my dad before, but I never seen the Cubs and Sox at Wrigley before.
I've seen them a few times at Wrigley. Oh, by the way, Glory Hump, if you get tickets to and you know how we are about this, but let's say you get tickets. Okay, let's say you get tickets to the NBA All-Star Game next year and want me to go. I'll consider it, but don't make me pay for it because the NBA All-Star Game is one of the most boring events. Honestly, I'm not paying.
All right, a better question.
Sure, go ahead.
Let's skip the All-Star Game. How about All-Star Saturday night?
I consider it. I think the slam dunk competition is blows chunks now. I don't like the slam dunk competition.
I would go to the All-Star Saturday night because it probably cheaper and get to see Zach LaVine in the dunk contest.
There's more drama. The game's boring. I mean, who's going to pay? How much going up? How much are tickets to the All-Star Game that you know of?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, but they're going to be a lot. And all those people are going to waste their money. Trust me, to see what? A game end 180 to 160 and no defense?
Frank, Sean wastes gazillions of dollars on Red Sox and Patriots championship merch.
But that's actually more valuable than going to an NBA All-Star game. The NBA All-Star Game is not worth it, dude.
I don't know. Is any Red Sox apparel worth it though? No.
Hey, I didn't even watch. Hey, Glory Hump. I didn't even watch the NBA All-Star Game last year, the year before, the year after. I might catch some of the skills competition, to your point, but I refuse to watch the All-Star Game or maybe even go on the account that I have a free ticket.
All right, real quick question about life. This is my life rant.
Sure, go ahead.
And it's more for a comedy purpose.
No, I understand. I understand.
Is there any difference from New York to New Jersey?
That depends. You have the New York metropolitan area. I guess northern New York would be considered New Jersey, or the northern part of New Jersey would be considered New York.
Here's where I'm going with this.
Sure, let me hear.
Besides Times Square, tell me any area in New York or New Jersey are not that similar from each other. And don't tell me the Brooklyn Bridge, because every city has a bridge, and the surrounding areas all look like any other neighborhood that you see in the United States of America. I mean, unless you're in Kentucky or anywhere else. I'm sorry, Brownie. I just gotta be honest. Or Ohio, the worst state in all of the United States of America.
My family originated from Ohio back in the 1920s, dude. That's all right. That's okay. I understand where you're coming from.
They made the right choice to leave.
Yeah, in 1920, I think it was 1925. My late great, I don't know. They migrated to Chicago. Go ahead, dude.
Come on, Josh. Why you say that? The Hall of Fame's down there.
Dear Lord, dude. Anyway, go ahead.
2 Hall of Fames are in Ohio. NFL,
yeah, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too.
Yep.
I'm gonna go there one day. Go ahead, Jude. Yeah. Tell me.
So WrestleMania's in MetLife Stadium this year, and both teams inside that stadium are called the New York Giants and the New York Jets. If we have so much pride in New Jersey, and New Jersey is its own state, why are the Jets not called the New Jersey Jets?
I don't know, but Chloe Hump, do you recall the first installment of the XFL?
Or the New Jersey Giants? Because that would make more sense, actually.
Hold on. You guys recall the first installment of the XFL back in 2001?
Correct, yeah.
You know the Hitmen were the New York team, but you know what they were called? They had the representation New York, New Jersey Hitmen.
I don't get it, man. It's like, you know, it's funny. Like, everybody calls Chicago the second city, but we're actually one city. Like, you don't hear Chicago something else. It's not New York, New Jersey. Like, it's the same shit.
Right, of course.
It's the same shit. It really is. I mean, the people in New York and New Jersey are all the same. They're all douchey. They're all uptight. They all think their shit don't stink. And besides Times Square, what's so special about it? You're walking around with rats and hookers around the area. I mean, that's all New York and New Jersey is. If you go to New Jersey, you go by beach, you see guys trying to rip off the Jersey Shore, or guys that look like Rob Gronkowski. You know,
it
is what it is.
And not only that, Chloe, this is no question. We have the better pizza than New York.
I mean, Stevie Wonder could figure that out.
Yeah, he could. But let's just
and Ray Charles too.
God rest his soul. But I'll say this about Chicago. Every team plays in Chicago. They don't migrate to New Jersey.
Correct. That's my point. That's my point. Like, Corey Graves made a good point on this on the radio. He's like, you know, you take your accomplishments and you have it in New York, and you have some leftovers in your room, so you need to put it somewhere. You put those extra accomplishments in New Jersey. Like, you put it in the garage. So...
And you know what's cool about Chicago teams, Chloe Hump? They're all spread out. Think about it. Cubs north side, White Sox south side, Bulls and Blackhawks west side, Bears on the lakefront. I like that.
How about this question, though? Wouldn't East Rutherford, New York make sense? It sounds like a city in the state next to it, right?
Well, maybe. I haven't really thought about East Rutherford, New York. It's East Rutherford, New Jersey. Maybe. I
don't know. It's like it's just meshing things too much. Like, just say it's New York.
All I can say is I like the fact that all of our teams in Chicago play within the city limits.
Yeah.
That was actually in jeopardy with the White Sox and the Bears at one point. There was talk of the White Sox going to Addison back in the 80s, and there was talk of the Bears building a stadium not too far from where I lived back in the mid-90s.
Yeah, the Bears need a new stadium more than anybody in this.
Yeah, we can have a retractable roof. We can have the Super Bowl, the Final Four. We can
have WrestleMania here.
WrestleMania, of course. We can have Mania. Thank you.
Soldier Field's a dump. I had a friend of mine who lives out on the East Coast tell me how bad it is trying to get out of the MetLife Stadium parking lot. So part of me is kind of happy that I'm not going to WrestleMania this year, but part of me is not because I actually wanted to go see some extra events there around that area, not just WrestleMania. But anyways,
Can't Soldier Field gets field turf at least?
Frank, I want you to explain to Browning how bad it is trying to get out of Soldier Field's area.
Well, okay, are you talking about after a Bears game?
After, yes.
Okay, well, let me just say this for all right. First of all, do not drive to Soldier Field and expect to park. You'll pay like $100. I'm not kidding.
Jeez.
Yeah, no joke, no joke. You know how I always go to Soldier Field, Bluey Hump? I always take Metra because Metra has a train that I arrive early. You get off at 18th Street, you walk up a ramp, you're at Soldier Field, boom, you're right there. And then after the game at 12th Street, there's a train that departs 40 minutes after the game. But as far as parking is concerned, I have taken Metra. I'll use this Bluey Hump as an example. I have taken Metra in which the train has left 40 minutes after the game has ended. I'm heading southbound on Metra, and all of a sudden I'm looking to my left and I see all these people trying to get out, and I'm thinking, so long, suckers. You should not only did you guys waste your time, you waste $100. I was smart about it. I took Metra. I paid a cheap fee. Guess what? I'm going to be home, and I'll be home, and you guys will still be in traffic. But yeah, it is nuts getting out of the Bears game, Brownie. No, but I've only done that once, and I'll never do it again.
Here's an example, and this has nothing to do with driving or anything. I went to the final home game of Mark Trestman's time as the Bears.
I feel sorry for you.
Lions and Bears, and Jimmy Clausen was the starting quarterback. And it was a close game, actually. The Bears did end up losing. I won a ticket through a contest or whatever. I didn't even pay for the ticket. So me and my friend I went to broadcasting school with, Alex, went to the football game. And it was the first regular season football game I ever went to. Lions and Bears. So we get out of the stadium, and it's like a freaking labyrinth. It's like this freaking maze trying to figure out which side of the stadium you want to get out in the first place. And we decided that we were going to go walk down to Michigan Ave. No, not Michigan Ave. We were going to go walk to State Street and take the bus down to the Blue Line because that's where we decided to travel that day to go to Soldier Field. Dude, even for walking, it took like an hour and a half just to get to State Street. Nobody really recognizes the walk is from going to State to Congress to Michigan all the way down to whatever street the Bears where Soldier Field's at. Oh man!
Well, it's on the lakefront.
Yeah, it's the lakefront.
Oh, by the way, Glory Hump. I'm sure you've heard. Maybe you hear a lot, and I trust me, you keep up on all this. When the Bears kick off against the Packers on September 5th at Soldier Field, and I like what the NFL is doing here. They always have that free concert that's always an hour before kickoff. It's going to be in Grant Park, and it's free for anybody.
Yeah, they're going all out.
I know they should. Come on, they got to take. Look, Chicago should take pride in the fact that the Bears are a charter team here.
Yeah, we're the founding NFL franchise. Damn it,
we in the New York Giants.
No, we're the charter franchise.
But you know what? We have one of the founding fathers of pro football that founded this team, George Halas. That's something to take pride in.
I just find some sweet irony that the Packers are going to be here for Week 1.
Good, we'll beat them.
Oh man, I can't wait for football, man. It's
dragging. It's dragging. We got baseball. Wait. Let's think about baseball first.
Get me to September, damn it.
Dude, who wants to think about September? We got warm weather, more daylight. You're thinking about September already? Come on,
dude. Like I'm turning 25 in May, and that's like the last thing on my mind right now.
Glory Hump, I'm gonna be Glory Hump. I'm 30. I got 13 years on you. I'm gonna be 38 in August.
And
Browning, how old are you?
30.
30. You started 31 this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still young.
I'm going to pull up my ESPN app. Oh, by the way, check this out. This is the picture I took at Raw.
Oh, yeah, dude. Awesome.
I was trying to look for you that night, but...
Yeah. I was on the right-hand side of the stage wearing a Bears hoodie. Brownie, if you go look back in the episode, you'll see me next to Alexa Bliss or Baron Corbin. You'll see me.
Dude, if I were with you, I would have worn my I would have worn an NWO shirt.
All right, here you go. This is the best view I can get out of it. You guys see it?
That's a good view, dude. Yeah. Good view.
All right, here we go. I'm pulling up the ESPN app just to run down the games that are actually going on today for Major League Baseball.
Dude, they're all playing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
By the way, I got to say this, I'm not going to pay for ESPN Plus. No way, no how.
All right, here we go. White Sox Royals at 3:15 today. Carlos Rodon gets the first bid against Brad Keller of the Kansas City Royals. We got the Orioles at the Yankees next.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I know ESPN's airing it. It makes you not want to watch ESPN, does it?
And don't forget, this is not NFL exclusive. There are Ethiopia games in baseball.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, all right. All right.
Mets and Nationals. Jacob deGrom versus Max Scherzer. That should be a good matchup. Cardinals at the Brewers. Miles Mikolas against Jules Chachin. Atlanta Braves at the Phillies. So Bryce Harper gets his Philly debut in Philly. So that's pretty cool. Tigers at the Blue Jays. Diamondbacks at the Dodgers. Astros against Tampa Bay. We have the Cubs at the Rangers. Go figure. The MLB season will start with interleague action.
Wow.
Angels at the Athletics. Giants and Padres. That's Ethiopia. Indians at Twinks. Rockies at Marlins. Pirates at Reds. And wrapping it off tonight on ESPN.
Oh, geez. No.
It's Sean's two favorite teams.
No,
the
boy.
Boston Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners.
See, I got a question. Why does ESPN always have to, well, how do I put this? I don't want to say it, but, well, Yankees and Red Sox.
I don't know.
They got to shove those teams down our throats. Be bad. That's why ESPN's unfair with their baseball coverage.
Yeah.
Would you pay the extra money for ESPN Plus?
Goodness, no. I probably could. I want to spend my money on other things.
Oh man,
I
was going to mention this on a sports tip. I want to send our good thoughts to Yusuf Nurkic, who had a leg.
Yeah, I saw that on YouTube.
Yeah,
that was nasty.
Hey.
And by the way, before we get to like our other shenanigans for the bash hour starts, Rob Gronkowski.
Kudos.
Announced his retirement. Any favorite memories or just any general thoughts on Gronk as he retires this week? Anything?
I don't mind going. I just want to know if Brownie wanted to go.
I'm not a Patriots fan, though, but I give it spread to him. But,
I just like the intensity. I just like the fact that he played with such a fire, but also WrestleMania too. Let's not forget about. Hey, what are the odds he goes into the WWE? Does he go into the WWE? Think?
You know what? I was actually at that WrestleMania.
I know you were. It's in Orlando.
Yep.
Oh, you were?
He was.
He eliminated my guy, Jinder Mahal, so Mojo Rawley could win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It was pure, utter blasphemy.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing to never have anybody that has ever been in pro wrestling to eliminate you.
He's the Maharaja, man. Show some respect.
Hey, should I show some respect to the Brooklyn Brawler?
No. Oh, how about this? How you guys feel about the Hart Foundation going into the Hall of Fame this year?
Oh, that's overdue. Wait. That's long overdue. That should have happened.
We got a great tag team class this year. We got Harlem Heat, Hart Foundation, and DX going into the Hall of Fame this year.
If you look at my top 10 favorite wrestlers, I can tell you Undertaker's going to be at the top of the list. Undertaker is number one, but somewhere in the top 5, I would have to put Bret Hart.
You know who's already a Hall of Famer and he's active? Elias.
Wait, who's that? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Who?
Elias.
Oh, God.
Yeah, oh, God is right.
Don't tell me you don't like Elias. That guy is.
You can't get him on Monday night.
He's a heel of all heels. Who said it? I think it was Corey Grace or somebody.
I can't stand him.
They're in Boston, right, this week?
Yeah.
Somebody called the New England mouth breeders.
Hey, dude, going up. Going up. What about Jordy Nelson retiring too? I know he was a Packer, but I gotta say this: Jordy Nelson, for a little guy, played very well. So kudos to Jordy Nelson.
I know a lot of Bears fans wanted to sign Jordy Nelson last season.
Well, you know it's time. You know when it's time, and obviously it was time for Jordy Nelson. So to Gronk and Jordy Nelson, kudos on great careers.
Great careers. I'll never forget Rob Gronkowski making our team look like a Pee-wee team when the Patriots blew out the Bears in 2014.
Yeah, I know. I watched it. That
was one of the worst sporting days of my life. I lost a profile bet to Sean, and I had to rock freaking Patriots here for a week.
You lost my bet, remember?
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Corey, I'll say this. That was the last year of Trestman, and those days are behind us now. We got better days now.
They had a blow off for the Patriots. A bye weekend got blown out on national television against the Packers.
Oh, wait. Recall that game against the Patriots in 2014. Jordy Nelson.
Here's what I don't understand. How you go off a bye week and give up 6 touchdowns in the first half in the next game?
Dude, the Bears were unmotivated then, Glory Hump. They stunk. There was just no motivation for that team at the time. Now there is.
Frank, we talked about it last week. You know how excited I am for the Bears this year. That's not the point. But damn, show some damn pride. 6 touchdowns. And
by the way, have pride then, dude.
By the way, everybody wants to kiss Aaron Rodgers' ass. Mitch Trubisky threw 6 touchdowns last season, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's a fluke. That didn't mean anything. He played against Tampa Bay. Big deal." Aaron Rodgers could throw 6 touchdowns, and he's the GOAT. But Mitch Trubisky throws 6 touchdowns, and
wait. He's the GOAT? Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT.
Dude,
one Super Bowl.
Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman cry every day saying that Aaron Rodgers is the greatest and most talented quarterback ever. My ass!
Well, I'm going to say this about Aaron Rodgers. Apparently, Aaron Rodgers has gotten people fired. Aaron Rodgers, look, say what you want. He had such great character with the State Farm commercials and all that, but he's changed for the worst.
I'm so tired every year, every football season. Oh, the Packers are going to be scary. Oh, the Packers are going to be scary. They've been scary since 2010. Where's the Super Bowl rings?
They only have one, dude.
That's my point. How this guy's even compared to Tom Brady? He's even insulted to Tom Brady, and I'm not even a Tom Brady fan.
Hey, you know what? Peyton Manning. Listen, Peyton Manning.
He's not even on Peyton Manning's level.
Yeah, he's not on. That's my point. The guy is not even close to Peyton.
It's not even on Steve Young's level.
That's an insult, dude.
I don't care.
But I love it.
I'll never forget that Bears game, man. 6 touchdowns after a bye week, man. That's just embarrassing.
It was bad football then for the Bears. But listen. The Bears
think about this. Mark Trestman is now coaching in the new XFL.
Oh, by the way, you know what? I'll give the league a shot. But I heard that the AAF is going to fold after the season.
Good, because I watched one game and I wasn't.
Dude, you know what's cool about the AAF? There's only one good thing that's actually cool about the league, and it's not the football, it's the starter jackets. That's everything that's cool. Have you ever seen their coaches wear starter jackets? The Satin starter jackets that were popular in the 80s and 90s.
Dude, they're playing in football series that I would have played it in high school.
You can't blitz in that league.
That's bullshit.
No, you can only rush 5. You can only rush 5. Going up, if you rush more than 5, you get penalized. That's not football.
Stupid. That's stupid.
That's why I hate the league. That's why it's going to fold.
We're becoming too soft. We're becoming too soft, man.
Well,
all fronts.
But like I said, there is one cool thing about that league. The starter jackets. That's all that's cool.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. I mean, how low can Johnny Manziel go now if he's now in the AAF? Think about it. How low can Johnny Manziel go? The guy's been thrown out of Canada, and now he's in the AAF with a league that's going to fold. Hey, Manziel's not going to have a job before you know it.
Frank, somebody tried to compare Mitch to Johnny Manziel to me, and I had good try with that.
Hey, you know what? Mitch is a leader. Mitch cares.
Yeah. I'll say, though, Jay Cutler is pretty funny on his reality show. I haven't watched it fully, but...
Isn't that Kristen's reality show?
I saw some Twitter clips of him on that show. That dude's hilarious, man.
Wait, isn't that more Kristen's reality show? I know Jay's on it, but isn't more Kristen's show?
Yes, correct, yes. Mm-hmm.
That was I guess that was the well. Hey, look, going up. Look, I'll say this about the Bears. They're going to be a Super Bowl guy. I honestly think they're going to be in Miami next year.
Yes, they are. But
I think so. I don't think there's a shadow of a doubt that they're going to be in Miami next year.
Though.
Ooh,
man.
Ooh, I'll say this: it won't be Cleveland. It won't be Cleveland.
Oh God!
I think the Browns are an up and coming team, but they're not.
Vegas gave the Browns the better shot of winning the Super Bowl this year than the Bears. How stupid does that sound?
Really?
Yeah, they even said the Packers got a better chance of winning the Super Bowl this year than the Bears. I don't know what the fuck they're smoking in Vegas, but
the Browns are going to be better. All right, listen, the Browns are going to be a good team, but they're not Super Bowl ready yet.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. And the fact is that the Browns have success. I hope they do. I mean, it doesn't matter for the Bears though because they're in the AFC. But the Browns have success. I'll be happy for Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
I would be.
And
what?
I would like to see the Bears against the Chiefs, just so
that might happen.
Just so every Mitch detractor on national media, they're like, "Oh, the Bears should have drafted Patrick Mahomes, so he could get embarrassed on the big stage." All right, I'll tell you right now, and I want you guys to be honest with me.
Sure.
If Patrick Mahomes is this good, John Fox would still be the coach of the Chicago Bears.
I don't think so.
I don't want to hear
that. No, he wouldn't be.
No, I wouldn't. I don't want to hear it because people are making this dude out to be the next Joe Montana. If he's that good, John Fox would still be the coach of the Bears right now. And
I disagree.
And it's furthering my point to add more validity to what Mitch is doing right now.
I disagree.
Go ahead and explain why.
Okay, because I know I'm not changing the subject here, but if you look at Mitch Trubisky, he needed somebody in terms of a head coach and a coaching staff that he could develop trust with. And Matt Nagy is clearly that guy. And there are a lot of people didn't know Matt Nagy. He didn't have any head coaching experience, but he came from the Andy Reid coaching tree. He has proven himself to the point where he was coach of the year.
Come on, Frank. Mahomes throws no-look passes.
I don't care, dude. Okay, those no-look passes, they look good. I'll be honest. They're highlight reels. But in the end, you got to have the head coach and quarterback work together. And I
got a question for everybody. Would you rather have highlight reels or substance?
Substance.
Thank you.
Substance.
Thank you. That's my point.
Who's the worst quarterback in the league? Josh Rosen? I mean, Josh Rosen can have a highlight reel pass occasionally.
That's not fair, man. That dude had no chance of doing anything in Arizona last year.
Yeah, apparently the Chargers are looking at him as probably a backup to Rivers.
You know how messed up Arizona is? They're even considering trading him after trading up to get him in the draft last year.
Of course, they want Kyler Murray.
That would be like us trading Mitch just because they had the greatest rookie year.
They want Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that's my point. I was saying that, for example, let's say the Bears traded Mitch to go up to get Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold last year. That's what it would have been like.
I wouldn't want Sam Darnold, dude. I would not want Sam Darnold. Look, the Bears got their guy in Mitch Trubisky. They got their head coach in Matt Nagy. It's working out well. Listen, going up.
By the way, for Chicagoans, it's Trubisky, not Trubinsky. You know this Trubinsky character.
Oh my goodness, Trubisky! Oh my goodness! You know what? Every time Trubisky scores a touchdown, I'm gonna have me some pork chops.
Oh God.
Hey, going up. Let me say this.
I'm not taking anything away from Mahomes. Yes, absolutely. Deserving MVP. I get that.
He does. Yes, he does.
There was just a lot of ass kissing going his way. And I think people are doing it out of spite towards Mitch. And I don't think that's right. And anybody's trying to tell me with a straight face that Deshaun Watson had a better season than Mitch last year.
No, he did not.
Crack.
No, he did not.
You're on crack. Because DeAndre Hopkins carried that team to the playoffs, not Deshaun Watson. No shot. In the words of David Kaplan, no shot.
Going up. The Bears Chiefs Super Bowl. Yeah, let's say it does happen next year. That'd be great for the country. At least the Patriots won't be in it.
Yeah, we all could pray for that to happen.
Yeah, really.
And you know what? It would be serendipitous. Let's say the Patriots do make the Super Bowl this season.
And they might.
Yeah, guess what? We'll have part 2 of Super Bowl 20. How about that?
Glory Hump, I live Super Bowl. Glory Hump, I'm the only one alive here to live through Super Bowl 20.
Did you watch it live?
With my dad.
Mm-hmm. Man.
I was 4 years old.
So I would be in the bunker. No!
Dear Lord, Glory Hump, my goodness, now you're scaring me. You sound like a sick dog when you do that.
Oh, that's not me. That's how he sounds when he rants. This is him.
Jeez, we don't need anybody beating the meat.
Oh.
Watch out for the grocery store. She's beating her meat. Oh, you remember that, Frank? We forgot about that.
What's that?
You forgot the segment we used to do when came to like getting different food items at the Walmart that Sean went to. You remember?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yes.
Connor Down, he's going in the fast food department.
Oh, yeah, right.
Attention, Walmart shoppers. We got a madman. We got a madman beating pillows in the aisle. We got madman beating pillows in the home services aisle. Please, we need security. We need tasers. Rubber bullets.
Watch out.
Ooh.
Hey, what did a super Walmart? They already did this once on SmackDown, though. They did this on SmackDown with Booker T and Stone Cold in a grocery store known as the Green Frog. Wouldn't you like to see a hardcore match at a super Walmart? You guys recall? Wait.
Attention, Walmart shoppers. We got a young man running around with a bazooka. He has a bazooka in his left pocket. Watch out. It's very dangerous.
Watch out.
Hey.
The side effects of being a Boston sports fan. Watch out.
Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon? Ah!
Oh.
Wait. I'm talking about the Green Frog. Remember, you guys recall when Stone Cold came out of the milk aisle?
Oh, God.
That was one of the most classic moments in history of SmackDown.
You remember Stone Cold chased Booker T in the confession box?
Oh, yeah. Didn't they run into a nun or a priest?
Yes.
Yeah, and then they didn't fight.
I watched that on YouTube. I don't remember that, though.
Wait, hey, Brownie, do you recall?
I remember.
Hey, Brownie, do you recall? Did you watch the supermarket brawl back in early 2002?
No, I didn't remember. I don't think I did watch back then, though.
That was one of the most memorable moments of SmackDown. Type in Booker T on YouTube. Type in Booker T Stone Cold grocery store.
I saw it on video once, though.
Oh, it was awesome. I watched it live. Well, it wasn't live because it was taped on Tuesday. SmackDown was always taped on Tuesday.
Breaking news.
Oh.
We'll have the second edition of WWE Worlds Collide at WrestleMania weekend. That's right. At WrestleMania Access, superstars from Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, NXT, and NXT UK will battle each other in a special 4 episodes on the WWE Network.
Dang.
By the way, I don't have the WWE Network. However, I know where I can stream it for free.
That's gonna be dope, man. Raw, SmackDown.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Isn't this an interesting time in terms of sports and entertainment?
Yep.
It just seems that it is. What? Hey, I'm looking forward to Kurt Angle's last match. I really am.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
I love Baron Corbin, man. That guy's a trip.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you're mad because he's a heel and he gets you mad.
I love heels. Are
Hey,
you kidding me?
he told me that I told him that he sucks. He said, "Shut up." When Raw was here that one year.
Guys, the best ever heels were the NWO. No question about it.
Shut up, Browning.
He looked straight at me too.
Mm-hmm. Sean would be crying laughing at this point. Yeah, that's right, Browning. Shut up.
And then,
Gosh, can you act like an adult, dude?
What?
Not you.
Oh,
Not you. You act, Chloe Hump, you act like an adult.
and then,
What?
say what?
It's true. Oh, it's true.
It's damn true.
Where are your? Hey, I got a question. Hey, Brian, where's your gold medals?
In the case if the Wahlberg boy can't join us for the bash hour, we're gonna wrap it up a little early today. Is that okay with you guys?
Please,
Yep.
please.
I'll keep you guys updated. All right.
Yeah, dude, he knows where to come in. We don't need to invite him in. He knows.
Let me pull up the birthday stuff really quick.
Oh yeah, Chloe Hump. Don't forget, we got to mention happy birthday to people we didn't mention today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We'll do that right now. Actually,
No, yeah, you know who you are, but we got to mention that every day.
happy birthday to everybody we forgot to mention. All right, here we go.
Well, we just don't know you. That's why.
Happy 32nd birthday to Lady Gaga.
Wah wah.
By the way, I can play her song that she did with Bradley Cooper on the guitar. I know how to play that song.
Cool.
Nice.
Let's see who else is on the list. Some weird.
Hey Browning, the list.
Oh, here we go. Reba McEntire, 63 today.
I thought she was older than that.
Kate Gosselin, 43. Let's see what else. Oh, Derek Carr, 27.
Happy birthday, Derek Carr.
Let's see who else is on the list. Oh, here we go. Vince Vaughn turned 48 today.
Huh.
Happy birthday, Vince Vaughn.
Umaga, rest in peace.
Yep.
Would have been how old?
The Samoan Bulldozer. Oh, man, God.
How old would he have been, dude?
46.
That's too young.
Dang.
Julia Stiles turned 37 today, the actress. Let's see who's on the list here.
Dust.
I knew, Brian. Brian, you're going to be my press secretary. No question about it.
That's pretty much it. Also, happy birthday to everybody that we forgot to mention.
Yep.
Well, it's not that we forgot to mention. We just don't know who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't forget we have a legal ID at the top of the hour that I have to mention.
Yeah, we don't want to get sued and get off. Wait, actually, we don't want to get fined by the FCC if we don't mention the ID.
Yeah, that's right. We don't have commercial breaks here, but we do have to hit a legal ID.
Hey, guys, did you notice the earliest baseball's ever started?
I wonder why the Cubs and Sox are not starting at noon. Why are they waiting for the afternoon for?
I have no idea, but Chloe Hump, a lot of these games are 3 Central if you look at it.
I know, that's why I'm asking.
I have no idea.
And then
maybe it's to accommodate people to get home from work and school. That would just be my guess. They want to accommodate more people to get getting off from work and school.
Does anybody actually like the Rangers ballpark?
Never been. Oh, but they're getting a new one next year.
It always looks super big in person.
Chloe Hump, they're getting a new one next year.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying it always looks huge in the video games. Arlington Park, wherever the fuck it's called.
You know what, Chloe? No, Chloe Hump, you know what? You go to these places and they look big on TV and in MLB The Show, but you see them in person, they're really not that big.
Oh, God.
I mean, they're big. They're big.
I had to ask you this. I had to tell you this right now.
Go ahead.
I think, what was it? Sports Illustrated said that the Bears have the 25th ranked quarterback situation right now. Are you kidding me?
I think the Bears quarterback is fine. No respect. That's no respect. You know, that's no respect for Chicago. That's more than just the Bears going home. No respect for Chicago. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
They're even showing the opening days on there right now.
Yeah, this is something for the wrestling fans out there. I'm truly baffled by how many people are telling me that because Asuka's not going into WrestleMania as champion, it's ruining WrestleMania for them. Get over yourself. Stop being babies. Charlotte should never lost the SmackDown Women's title during her feud with Becky. If Becky was going to win the Rumble, Charlotte should never lost the title in the first place. You know why Asuka's champion? Because Becky lost to her at the Royal Rumble. Charlotte should have never lost the SmackDown Women's Championship. They're feuding with each other all last year for it. It added more to the match. So everybody's like, oh, this is stupid. How you treat Asuka like that? Dumbasses, the title should never have been on Asuka in the first place. I mean, I can't understand how lazy we are as wrestling fans. Like, we always go to the lowest common denominator when it comes to analyzing what's actually happening. Oh, because our favorite lost, oh, that means they're being booked wrong. Follow along with the show. It's a show for a reason. It happens week after week after week.
Yes.
Because you don't get an answer on a particular feud on one episode of Raw SmackDown doesn't mean you'll not get it the next week. Follow along with television, folks. It's not that freaking hard. And I said this on Twitter, Frank, and I don't know if you saw it this morning.
No, I didn't.
I said, it's 2019. If you need Dave Meltzer and the dirt sheet to form your wrestling opinion, you're not as a smart wrestling fan as you think you are.
Dave Meltzer's been writing for decades on the wrestling beat.
Yeah, and mostly is inaccurate.
You know what? I got a good idea. If you don't like it, then why don't you try to start your own Fed and become a writer on the Fed?
Let me drop a Cody Rhodes shit because every time anybody's frustrated with booking, oh, they got to go to AEW. It's freaking ridiculous. All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah, legal ID. Okay, Gloria, are you ready?
Yep.
Yes. Here we go.
Bring it, jabroni.
This is her, whatever you may be and how you may be listening. I'm a jackass streaming live on worldwide television and on FS1. I am alongside the one and only Andrew Browning, the bowling master, and the big bag of wind, Frank Sprinkle. We're live every single Thursdays, 10 to noon Central on the East Coast, 11 to 1 on the East Coast. If you live anywhere else, figure that out for yourself.
Yeah.
And with the League ID, we're going to head into our final thoughts for today's edition of the
Edition.
Yeah.
Exactly. Boy, that's awesome.
And guess what? And people out there have an addiction. Yes.
Not me, dude. My addiction's exercise.
My addiction's waterfall. Anyways,
Waterfall.
Final thoughts. Any final thoughts you guys mind before we head out of here for today?
And then
That's a good final thought. That's a good one.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I'll just give it my final thought as always. If you wake up every morning, consider yourself to have one pretty good life. My spoken word of the day. God's blessings all.
yeah.
My final thought is go Bears. Bear down.
Hey, what about the baseball? Should we go White Sox today? In your case, go Cubs in my case.
You know what? Let me pull up this song really quick.
Wait, are you pulling
New
all
Day.
the White Sox fight song?
You damn right.
It's actually a catchy tune.
Yeah, I don't know what Sean's smoking. This is classic tradition.
Hey guys,
I mean, this song should have won a Grammy back then.
back in 1959,
Yes.
did they have Grammys back then?
I know we had the Black Sox with the whole Cheney case, which is the 100-year anniversary of that, by the way.
And then
That is well written. I will say that.
White Sox!
There you go.
White Sox! Go, White Sox!
Root.
White Sox, cost cutters really suck. It's the people in the Walmart. Everybody goes to Fenway Park. Let's go, White Sox. Chicago's proudest show.
White Sox.
I guess.
Go, White Sox. Let's go, White Sox.
This song's awesome.
Even as a Cub fan, I'll admit it is. Oh, it is. It is.
Hey, anybody can play that trombone part at the end?
I couldn't.
All right, folks. Make sure to follow the Big Bag of Win on Twitter at Big with Frank Browning. Thank you for coming on as always. Guys, make sure to like this video, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at The Hoots Podcast. We are recording episode 149 of The Hoots Podcast later on today. We're one episode away from 150, and that'll be our WrestleMania preview show next week. So by the way, speaking of next week here on the Sports Drive, we'll be having our WrestleMania predictions. Yes,
all right.
Doing that, so that'll be a lot of fun. And make sure to like this video, subscribe to catch up with every episode we have on the Sports Drive and the Hoots Podcast. Have a wonderful time with the rest of your week. Go White Sox, bear down, and have a good weekend. Peace, everybody. Peace.